See, dear students, in this video, we are going to concentrate on energy term, one of the energy terms what we are going to see in thermodynamics, that is internal energy. Internal energy. Okay, this is denoted by U or sometimes E, capital letter E. Okay, so what is meant by internal energy of a system? That is the point we are going to discuss here. See this is the energy associated with a system. Associated with the system means it is the combination of several energies of a system. They are translational energy, vibrational energy, rotational energy, or bond energy, nuclear energy, electronic transitional energy, like that. There are several forms of energies in a system. Okay. So sum of all these energies is said to be internal energy of a system. And you see, we know that a system may possess atoms, molecules, or ions, like that. So that's why this is said to be inherent or hidden energy. Inherent or hidden energy or intrinsic energy. Okay, this is called in different ways. Internal energy. It is because it is the sub energy associated with a system. Associated with a system means a system may contain atoms, molecules, or ions, and the energy possessed by all these particles is said to be internal energy, that may be in several forms as we have shown here. Okay, now see this internal energy is an extensive property. It's very clear. It's an extensive property. Means it depends on the quantity of a system, because so what we told, this is the hidden energy, energy associated with a system. Means if a system, quantity of system is increased, number of molecules in it or atoms in it or ions in it increases, then total energy of system, hidden energy of system increases. For example, if quantity of system is doubled, internal energy is also doubled. Okay, that's why. Or to understand this, see, let's take 10 grams of ice and 20 grams of ice. 20 grams of ice. See this, say it contains some number of molecules, x number of molecules. It has 2x number of molecules. Then what about energy? Corresponding energy is twice that of this or not? Okay, so that is in that way we can say that it is an extensive property, and it is a state function, means it depends only on the initial and final states of a system, not on the path in which this change is carried out. Okay, these are the characteristics of an internal energy, and see, it is defined as the energy associated with a system at constant volume. Actually, what we said, it is a state function. State function depends on the state variables. What are the state variables? Temperature, pressure, volume, and number of moles. So we have seen in first video. So these are the state variables. A state function depends on these. Okay. Therefore, see here, what we said, this is a state function. Therefore, delta U is the function of C for a given amount of system, or for a given system means amount is constant. Delta U is the function, delta U is equal to U2, say P2, V2, T2. Here I have not written the N because for a given system means N is constant. U2 minus U1, which is at this state P1, V1 and T1. Okay, like this. Or what does it mean? Delta U is equal to U2 minus U1. Or you can also write this in terms of differential form. Right. Now see this. Change in internal energy is the U2 minus U1. U1 is the initial value. U2 is the final value. Okay. Now, if any, see, pressure, volume, temperature, if any two of these are fixed, third one is also fixed. Third one is also fixed. Okay. That is a different concept, we will see later. Next, see under what conditions internal energy of a system changes. Internal energy of a system changes. Okay, that is the point to be seen here. When a system undergoes chemical or a physical change, its internal energy changes because of chemical reaction. Or when physical change means when a solid is converted to liquid or liquid to gas, like that. During that, internal energy of a system changes because completely nature of system changes. Or see, when heat is given to a system, or heat is taken out from a system. In this condition also, internal energy of a system changes. Or work is done on a system or by a system. Under these conditions, the internal energy of a system changes. Okay. Next, let's see the determination of internal energy of a system. Experimental determination of internal energy of a system in a chemical reaction. See, generally that is done with a bomb calorimeter. See, let's see a few details about the calorimeter. Say, look at the arrangement of a bomb calorimeter. This is the bomb. This is said to be bomb. It is a sealed vessel. Okay, volume is constant, and a substance whose heat of combustion is to be determined is taken here, mixed with sufficient quantity of oxidant, and an electric heating coil is used for to burn this substance. And this is the water calorimeter. This acts as the surroundings for this system. This is the system and this is the surroundings. And the temperature, see, to note the temperature, a thermometer is used, and this is an insulator. Okay. See, this is the arrangement of bomb calorimeter. Now, when this substance is burnt, heat is released from this and transferred to this system, the surroundings. Temperature, initial and final temperatures are noted. From that, we can determine the heat change involved here. Since volume is kept constant, the heat measured here is equal to internal energy. See here, Q of system. See here, heat energy is transferred from system to surroundings. So this is equal to minus Q of surroundings. This is the concept used. So in this way, we can determine internal energy of a system. For a chemical reaction, delta U is equal to U final minus U initial. If the reaction is exothermic, means heat energy is released, means UF is more, UF is less final amount of system. This is about the system because heat is lost by the system. So final amount is less when compared to this. Therefore, see, what is the meaning? UF is less than UI. Therefore, delta U is negative. If reaction is an endothermic process, heat is gained by the system. So when compared to initial value, final value is more, UF greater than UI. Therefore, delta U is positive. Okay. But see, for the determination of delta U, we have to use bomb. But there is a problem for explosion here because this bomb, its volume is fixed. The gases produced during the liberation of heat energy, by that heat, the gases, kinetic energy of gases increases and they try to expand. Internal pressure increases. If this material, which is made up of bomb is made up of some material, if it is not able to withstand that pressure, there may be a possibility of blast, explosion. So because of that, we need another thermodynamical property. Because to eliminate this term, eliminate means to because the experimental determination is a little bit difficult. That's why another thermodynamical term is introduced, which is nothing but enthalpy. We will say about enthalpy in the next video.